let's consider the training year, okay, or the macro cycle, okay. It's well and good to plan ahead. I'm a planner. I work in planning. A significant portion of my job is making sure that something that's happening in 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months happens with as little hitches as possible. No matter how hard I try, the human condition and experience is such that there's always something that comes up that you just didn't account for, or you thought you accounted for and it changed. Now, this is in a relatively, confined and sterile environment. When we look at how somebody responds to training and competition, where you're throwing in factor on factor on factor on factor, some of which they multiply up, they multiply. It's like a big game of snakes and ladders. Now, you could sit there and pull your hair out for days or weeks on end about what your training plan wants to look like. You crack out your Excel, you're putting down, month to month, or sort of mesocycle to mesocycle, making sure that we're going to achieve a minor peak here, or we're going to sort of introduce a little taper here. And this is not a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying. I think what we need to be more appreciative of is the generalized approach to this. Is not that the periodization shouldn't be thought of, I don't think, at least, as an exact science. I don't think it can be. I think what we need to be arming, say, junior coaches with, and even athletes with, is more an understanding that, okay, if you have a relatively significant competition coming up, or you have a couple of competitions across a competitive year that you want to focus on, you mark them on a calendar. And that's pretty much your periodization. Once you've got those initial competitions marked, we can start thinking about 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 12 weeks or 4 weeks sort of mesocycles, however you want to break it down. But we're already then starting to try to write off things that I can't possibly account for. So let's maybe part one, let's think about reframing the macro cycle, okay? Rather than trying to get a whole 26-week competitive schedule down on a bit of paper, let's start thinking about picking one or maybe two events on that calendar that we can work with.